I think I told the guys is like, look, yeah, we today stings a little bit, but you look at the positives of it. We bounced back, several times to tie or take the lead against these guys. We were extremely resilient. From a team standpoint, energy was great all weekend long. The comeback, fighting them was there all weekend long. Yesterday and today especially, we came up a little short today. That's the positive side of it. The negative, obviously, we gave up a lot of runs, and we gotta be able to fix that, because that's whether or not we're doing that to ourselves, or we're there just a very experienced team that doesn't give away at bats. So I think it's some combination of both, that those guys put together very good at bats and don't give in, which is impressive on their part, but we're going to have to figure out ways to be better on the mound.
Is there anything new you learned about the staff this weekend that will sort of allow you and Sam to direct what needs to be worked on moving forward to shore up, as you say, the pitching a little bit?
Well, part of this is trying to give some of these guys I don't want to say a soft landing, because there really isn't such a thing this weekend, but try to put them in situations where they have a chance to be successful. Right now it was tough to pick and choose those spots. We were just kind of throwing guys into the fire and trying to get outs, but we're going to need to evolve a little bit better as a pitching staff, in order to shorten games a little bit better than we're doing right now.
How do you think they learn from this experience?
A lot of these guys, this is their first time playing, so at this level. So they're take the things we need to learn from and get better at it, and hopefully, we knew there were going to be some growing pains throughout the year and early on, especially with some of these younger guys. But we're going to have to coach them and continue to get them better.
And how do you keep that confidence up with them after having their first few outings go this way?
Well, I think it's one of those things that you say, look, man, this lineup that we just faced is a very experienced older lineup that is a regional team last year that is pretty dang good, that has most of their lineup back, and they're missing one of their better players as well in that lineup. So that's a good lineup. They're experienced. It's not, don't let the name Santa Clara fool you, man. That's a pretty good team over there. So I think what we take from it is the fact that we're playing against a good team. We're playing against a team that was in the regionals last year, that's returning a lot of their guys. They got some pretty good arms, 4 or 5 really, really good arms that they throw at us that we handled very well. So those are the positives you take out of it, but at the same token, we have to get better. We competed very well with them all weekend long, but we expect to be better and get better. So this is a good benchmark, and we'll continue to try to figure out ways to improve our play as we move on.
Facing an elite lineup like this in Santa Clara, and then more elite lineups heading up on the way, how do you balance your pitchers wanting to attack the zone but also not giving up the big long ball and the multi-base hits?
Well, I'd rather them get hit around the yard than walk the yard. So as long as they keep attacking the zone, we can work with that, and we'll get it figured out. I don't believe up and down our pitching staff that we get lit up that way. I think there's things that we're doing, tipping pitches a little bit that I got wind of during, especially today. I thought yesterday, but confirmed today that we're tipping pitches. And those guys are very good at picking stuff, and we have, those are things we got to clean up. It just what they're doing, that's what we have to figure out as a staff and try to correct that. So some of those things are like I said, self-induced. That's on us. We got to get that figured out and not do that. But continue to believe and attack the zone. This is I've said it a lot of times in the past. The ballpark we play in, hey, at times it's not pitcher friendly, and we don't have to be the best staff in the country today. We just got to be better than that staff. And if we understand we're going to give up hits and runs in this ballpark, and some of those fly balls that both sides, both teams hit fly balls that are potentially off the bat, you're thinking that's an out, and then next thing you know, they're rounding the bases. So both teams had that happen to them, and that's the nature of Muni. And if you don't have thick skin, you can't play here as a pitcher. So part of that, but on the same token, you just got to keep going and keep attacking and figure out what works for you.
Jack Ryan had his first hit today. A couple of the other guys that are new to the team stepped up this weekend. How do you feel like those new faces in the lineup fit in over this first 3-game stretch?
I think that was, again, a lot of positives to take away from today. Jax Ryan getting in there, got his first hit off of Souza, who's a dang good arm, and wasn't intimidated by that, and went up and smoked a line drive off of him. Ethan Mendoza, what do you say? 5 hits today in his first start as a Devil, and 6 for 6, on the weekend. That's pretty impressive for a freshman to come in and not be intimidated and put together a day. And we needed one more push-up out of him, on that line drive to left field to get that over the fence. But all in all, great day, for him. And, guys the newcomers, Harris Williams, great day. Guys are doing great from that front. So we just take the positives and build on it and try to improve on the negative stuff.
It feels like every guy you hit this weekend had some sort of moment of 1 through 13, 14. How is it to have that depth that you mentioned all offseason and for it to come to fruition in weekend 1?
It's good problems to have, but it's trying to keep all these guys sharp and fresh is going to be a challenge. But I think when you look at the attitude of our clubhouse, that it's team first and check your ego at the door, and guys understand that we're as a team going to do the best we can and put the lineup that we feel is going to help us win. But it's reassuring that we have, freshmen that are stepping right in and contributing, like they're 3rd, 4th year guys. That just, we have the luxury of having that and having that depth. So, we'll juggle it and keep mixing guys in and out of the lineup and keeping guys sharp. But like I said, those are good problems.
Looking ahead to Kansas State and even Thursday with Ohio State on a short week, do you have an outline for the pitching plan, considering you put a lot of hours this weekend?
We gotta go figure that out as a staff. I'm not 100% sure on it, but Adam Behrens, I think most likely be on Tuesday to start it, and then we'll go from there. But Ben Jacobs threw again today, threw the ball well. I don't see him being able to bounce back in time for Tuesday, but I could be wrong there. But he could potentially be Thursday or another day this weekend, or we might just leave him right there in the pen too, because he's a guy that we can trust right now out of the pen that's been throwing the ball good. And then so we'll see how it shakes out here, but we gotta put our heads together and come up with the best plan.
Looked like Kevin got hit on the hand in that last inning. I know it's right after the game. Is there any prognosis for that situation, or is he good?
I haven't had a chance to talk with him yet personally, so I'll get in and find out what the deal is, but he's a tough kid. He'll be okay.
Coach, the team seemed to struggle a little bit with 2-out situations from both sides, especially the pitching. That's where the team did a lot of damage. Can you talk a little bit about what they need to work on there before they continue on to the next couple of series this week?
Just finishing at bats, finishing pitches. That we did a good job working ahead of a lot of these guys, but just tough time putting them away. Again, that's what happens when you face older lineups. They don't give in. They don't chase out of the zone very often, and we have to figure out ways to try to get weaker contact or maybe earlier in counts. But again, that's I have no problem with the attacking in the zone part of it. We did a great job of that this weekend from a pitching front, but we got to figure out better ways to put guys away.
Thanks, Coach.